So, a bit of a ramble here about this thing that just came out. I'm not going to do a live reaction because I already saw it on my phone earlier, but I have some thoughts on this that I feel like I could share. First off the bat, I'll tell you my general thought. I think this is a step up above All Engines Go. For me personally, it's not where exactly I'd like a Thomas show to go. There's still a couple, like, kinks in here that I feel like are very present that are kind of hangovers from the previous era. It's not necessarily at a level I think is one which I necessarily would consider myself an active viewer of. And of course, we're talking about Thomas here. But yeah, I'm fairly mixed. It's there's a couple things that it gets right that I'm like, part of me is like, is this just like it's right because it's the bare minimum, or is it right because it's like right? It's kind of it's a little overly kiddie, which I think should have been expected. Like, I can't emphasize enough that this is definitely a step above All Engines Go. Like, it's definitely like more train based, for sure. Like, they're actually doing like train stuff. They're like, they go into Knapford Station, and Knapford Station is like this big station again now, and they deliver stuff. But I feel like it's got some kinks to it that I wish got ironed out a bit more. And a lot of it, I really can't judge like the story because this is just a trailer that just like all it tells you is that Thomas is gonna like learn something and like they're gonna sing songs. But let's talk about some of the stuff. I think like right off the bat, this first shot of Tidmouth sheds, uh, it's taking from like the All Engines Go style here. But I think yeah, we're back to 7 berths. And it's the All Engines Go color palette, but what the fuck is that? Like, this is literally how the toy looks, and like for there, it's like whatever. It's like it's a toy, but like this just looks so dumb. It's like it's got the font of the show on it. It's just oh man. And I don't get why this has English text on it when they have to remove the English text from like characters like Rheneas and Hero and all that. That's strange. And Bruno's in a little outhouse by the thing here. I guess this part from the toy did make it into the final show. I'm assuming this is where Harold's gonna land. I guess I don't know. I'm a little confused here. I assume this would be for that Crane character. He'll like probably park in there. But yeah, this is weird. And there's an open berth who I feel like the show itself doesn't know who to put in this berth. My first thought would be that like Nia would go here, but she's not there, and it's weird that she's not there. And I'm assuming this is a part of the intro if Thomas is like coming out. It's like in the morning, Thomas comes out and talks to you. Like I can tell like Percy's like tired here. I'm assuming this is like the morning, and Bruno's asleep too. I'm also wondering, is the empty berth supposed to be like the audience like stand-in spot, like how the show Community has like an empty seat at the table? Is that empty berth supposed to be like the audience's place to like imagine themselves? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of bouncing, which I expected. Like that's not going away in Thomas. As long as Thomas is CG, they're gonna all bounce around. It's just overly a lot. I mean, it's not like All Engines Go, where they're not jumping off the tracks and like I don't know, running in fields, but like it's still like, it's very like hyperactive to me. At least that's how it comes off on my end. But it could be worse. Like we've seen worse. Um, I don't know. These might be intro shots. I don't think this one is, and I'm assuming this special is about Thomas delivering stuff. Also Bruno has a big involvement in this, like whole series from what it seems like. I mean, he has his place at the sheds. And now he's like, he's kind of like Thomas's Toad, which is a bit strange. I think it's interesting, I guess. I mean, Thomas's Toad used to be like Andy and Clarabelle, but yeah. I feel like Bruno's design is very wonky here. Like he's got like his wheel, like these are supposed to be the bogies, but they're acting more as like just wheel shields. Yeah, that's not exactly what those are. Like they aren't like, this is where the centers of the wheel is supposed to be, and the center's right there. So, oops. It's also just so weird because Bruno was like, I think he's wave 3 in the diecast stuff, which will be way closer to coming out by the time this comes out. But and especially in America too. I'm assuming we're still one of the we got to be at least like the third biggest market, right? Like we're just now, like it's such a recent thing. Like Walmarts are just getting the all the merch, but Bruno's not going to be a part of the merch. There's also a lack of Diesel in this trailer. I just realized Diesel's like one of the main ones that they're introducing, and he's not in this trailer at all. Maybe maybe Diesel. This is Diesel's spot because Diesel is in the sheds in AG. Huh? I don't know. But yeah, overall, I think it's it's too soon to tell for me. I'm gonna watch this, I guess. Um, but yeah, it looks more like it's a return to form in some ways. Like I think this shot here, putting this shot in the trailer, I think kind of says a little bit of something. You know, it's like they're trains who do train jobs and they pull coaches and stuff. There's a couple aesthetics I'm just not a big fan of. I'm really not a fan of. We'll talk about you later. I'm not a fan of the rolling stock they're doing. It's all very like there's back to no brake vans other than whenever Bruno shows up, and they're very short trains, and they're all flatbeds, like or like very like low like containers like and boxes and stuff like that. Which is really weird because, like, all the merch, like, in the motorized line, all the tank engines except for Percy come with, like, a truck, like a plank truck, a troublesome truck. You know, and we all assume troublesome trucks would be, like, the main thing, and they are, like, nowhere in this trailer. Like, there's no Scruffy, there's no Diesel as well. Diesel was a Wave 1. Oh, man. I don't know, or Toby. Toby's from a Wave 1 character, but I don't think, as I've said before, like, I don't think the toys are indicative of the show, but it's kind of odd, like, to not have Diesel make an appearance, or any of the trucks, because trucks just seem like such a big part of this new era, which I guess is the Railway Stories era now. I'm assuming this is the title of the show, like, the official title. I mean, it's still Thomas and Friends, but this is like the name of the show. I'm glad they do. They don't just call it Thomas and Friends with a different look. I feel like, yeah, but the title's weird because it sounds very close to Railway's series, so I don't know if that'll catch on at all. I assume it might, but I don't know. I feel like it's weird that we'd call it the 2026 show if this continues to go on. Another thing with aesthetics is that Thomas just can't. It seems like they're doing like he can't pull one truck up the freaking hill. Also, we're back to like Gordon's Hill being a slope, which whatever. But yeah. I don't know. And I something I noticed is whenever the fat controller's on screen right here, I'm assuming it's gonna be like Thomas is sad in this scene. I'm assuming it's gonna be like kind of a return to form, and like he wants to impress Topham, you know, that kind of like not like worker boss relationship, but like the you know, the allegory for father son type stuff. But yeah, not really a fan of these new mail cars. I don't know, I really like the mail cars on the original show. Okay, let's talk about this freaking. I'm assuming this is one of the crane trucks, like I think everyone kind of assumed by the fact it was called truck, it'd be like a truck on rails that has a crane. Because there's like a piece of merchandise that has like something that looks like a crane inside a truck. And I deadass thought that was going to be the new like crane truck. But no, this makes a lot more sense. He's very generic though. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Kevin would play better, honestly. But I know Kevin has less range as like a interacty character, but I don't know. Huh. Interesting. I'm not gonna complain about realism because it's like, I don't know. This just, I don't know. I don't think this show is gonna be something that interests me, but it's definitely steps in the right direction. Again, my biggest thing is like, what the hell is all these flatbeds? Yeah, that's my takeaway from this whole trailer. And also, Gordon, I think, is sticking with Daddy Gordon personality, where he's like the mentor figure to the engines, which I know people like. I don't know. I'm kind of whatever on it. I know we had like 20 years of like Gordon being like, the hard ass, but I don't know. It's fine. I feel like I'd rather have like, I don't know, an Edward type role in this character. Like, why not just use Edward? I mean, he's already Big Blue. I don't know. Huh. Yeah. Kind of mixed. Farmer McCullough's back. It's interesting, I guess. Yeah, that's my main takeaway. Farmer McCullough is back, and he's one of the main characters. In the whole show, it's all about Farmer McCullough. Farmer McCullough forever. Goodbye.